How now you obviously decided to leave ESPN. We were talking yesterday. I said that it must be so much more gratifying to be working with a company that you actually have some stake in, whereas something like ESPN owned by Disney, it's a, you know, billion,
Monolith.
it's a monster and it's existed forever.
And by the way,
So
that's part of the problem. Like I don't I thank I'm thankful for ESPN. I had two stints with them. But I couldn't believe I'd never been at a startup, right? I worked for 6 years for ESPN, then 6 years at CNBC, then another 6 years at ESPN, and then I came to the Action Network, and I could not believe how much got done when there were only when the organizational tree was like all I had was two up above me. And there's a book by a guy named Patrick Lencion called Death by Meeting. And I really believe that meetings kill people and organizations. You meet to meet, and you meet to prove who could talk the best. And then there's no guarantee of any doing. And the meetings we had at ESPN, the emails that circled around and circled, and it would take 6 months even to start to get anything done. I come to the Action
yeah.
Network and I say the first 2 days I fly out to San Francisco. That's where our product team is. Go to San Francisco. I think we should have something where you could monitor your live wallet. As you're betting, you could monitor what your wallet looks like. 6 days later, we have a prototype, and a month later, it's in the app. Like, coming from before ESPN, the speed, it's like the Flintstones compared to that. So yes, the not only having a stake, but going from a bureaucracy that and all big organizations are like this. This is why startups and entrepreneurships are so exciting, because they do have advantages against the big money and the big amount of people.
Totally. And it's so much more fun too. And for, days like these, you're incentivized on the overall company success in a way that Disney can't give it to you, no matter who you are.
I would also say, yes. So I was responsible, now that I had equity, now that I had a bigger job, I was more responsible for knowing at all times what the greater company mission was, what the financials were. We did a pivot, for example, in COVID. And as more states got legalized, our revenue stream changed, which I needed to acknowledge that and realize how I need to push, and how the whole funnel is working and changing. And, so I never cared as much about the organization besides where I fit, when I was at ESPN and CNBC, and when the Action Network, where I'm at on the hierarchy, and where I'm at, from an equity standpoint. I always had to, figure out where our money was coming from and how I could use my power to, do the best.